Order paper number 456 of today, Thursday, 20th August 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I have a request by the chair, Finance and ICT, Honorable Karen, to allow the deputy chair of that committee to read a report on her behalf due to unavoidable circumstances. So Honorable Lumumba Wade, the deputy majority, and the deputy chair, Finance and ICT, you will, on behalf of the chair, ICT, present the report of the committee to the House. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion. Adoption of the report of Finance and ICT Committee on consideration of the annual reports and financial statements of the Kisumu County Education Fund for the period ended 30th June 2025.
Honorable Lumumba Wade.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise paper report, the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2025. Madam Speaker and honorable members, in accordance with section 116 paragraph 7 and 167 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the fund administrator is required to prepare and submit the annual financial statement of the fund for each financial year to the County Assembly within 3 months after the end of the financial year. In compliance with this requirement, the fund administrator submitted the annual financial statement of the Kisumu County Education Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2025. The annual financial statement was tabled by the majority on Wednesday, 1st October 2025, and subsequently committed to the Sectoral Committee on Finance and ICT for consideration. Pursuant to Standing Order number 193, paragraph 5 of the Kisumu County Assembly, Standing Orders and the second schedule thereto, the committee undertook a detailed examination and scrutiny of the financial statements in fulfillment of its oversight mandate. Honorable Speaker, the annual report and financial statement present the fund's financial performance and budget execution status for the period from 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025. The report provides a comparative analysis of the actual financial performance against the approved budget estimates for the financial year 24 and 2025, thereby offering an assessment of the fund's financial management and budget implementation. Madam Speaker, I wish to express the committee's sincere appreciation to your office and the office of the clerk for the invaluable logistical administrative support extended throughout the committee's consideration of the report. I also commend the members of the committee for their dedication, active participation, and invaluable contribution during the deliberations. The committee further extends its gratitude to the Office of the Fiscal Analyst and the technical staff for their professionalism and commitment analyzing, interpreting, and synthesizing the financial information, thereby enabling the committee to make informed findings and recommendations. Madam Speaker, the committee has undertaken a comprehensive examination of the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statement for the financial year ended 30th June 2025 and has made key observations, findings, and recommendations for considerations by this Honorable House. It is therefore my distinct honor and privilege on behalf of the Sectoral Committee on Finance and ICT to present the report of the Committee on the consideration of the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statement for the 30th June 2025 for your careful consideration and approval. Madam Speaker, the committee dedicated considerable time and effort to the review of the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statement for the financial year ended 30th June 2025. In the course of its consideration, the committee held a total of 7 sittings during which members deliberated on, integrated, and scrutinized the annual report and financial statements in the discharge of their oversight mandate. Following its deliberations, the committee identified a number of significant issues requiring clarification from the fund management. Consequently, the committee communicated these concerns to the CECM for Education, Technical Training, Innovation, and Social Services via a letter reference Kisumu County Assembly FCSP Volume 7 526 dated 7th May 2026, the Annex 2. Subsequently, the committee issued reminder letters, that is the reference Kisumu County FCCP ICT Volume 25/26 and County Assembly of Kisumu Volume 28, Section 526, dated 20th May 2026 and 4th June, respectively, requesting a response to the issues raised, and see Annex 3. In its correspondence, the committee specifically requested the CCM to provide comprehensive written explanations and justifications on the issues raised by 15th May 2026. The CECM for Education, Technical Training, Innovation, and Social Services subsequently responded via a letter reference County Government to Kisumu CEO Education Volume 1 Subsection 22 dated 5th June 2026, see Annex 4. Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and technical statement for the period ended 20 June 2025. See page, reference page 12. That is the financial reconciliation and surplus position. The findings. The statement of financial performance reported total revenue of 33,250,000 and total expenditure of 133,175,231, resulting in a surplus of 74,769. The committee noted that the near broken even position raised concerns regarding the completeness and accuracy of accrual adjustments and sought clarification from management on the basis of the reported surplus. The committee requirements and management response. 1. To provide a detailed reconciliation between revenue and expenditure explaining how the surplus of 74,769 767 was derived. For the management response, the management informed the committee that the expenditure incurred during the year comprised the following. 1, bursaries, which was 120,201,188. Scholarship, 7,365,626. Use of goods and services was 5,608,417. The management explained that the reported surplus was derived from the difference between total revenue reconciled and total expenditure incurred during the year. 2, confirm whether all accruals, that is payables and receivables, were fully recognized at year end or at the end of the year. The management responded as follows. The management confirmed that all receivables and accruals were recognized at the end of the financial year. And they provided supporting schedules as follows: accrued income and accrued expense. Thereby, giving a response as follows: that the management informed the committee that the accrued receivables amounting to 30,000 related to outstanding impress issued to a staff member, while accrued expenses amounting to 953,000 related to a long outstanding payable to Sunset Hotel. Explain as to whether any cut-off of adjustments were made and provide evidence thereof. The management responded as follows. The management confirmed that no cut-off adjustments were made in the financial statements during the year under review. The committee recommended that the fund should continue to maintain adequate supporting schedules for all receivables and accrued expenses reported in the financial statements. 2, future financial statements should include detailed reconciliation schedules supporting the reported surplus position. Number 3, recommendation that the management should ensure adequate disclosure of all accrual balances, including relevant supporting notes and explanations in the financial statements. B, that is the statement of financial position, assets and liability mismatch. The committee had the following findings: that the statement of financial position reported total assets of 340,257 and the total liabilities of 1 million. While the accumulated surplus stood at 130,245,096. The committee sought clarification on the The committee sought clarification on the relationship between the accumulated surplus and the assets reported in the financial statements. The committee requirement and the management response. Madam Speaker, they provided a comprehensive breakdown on the accumulated surplus of 130,245,096. The management provided a contribution on the accumulated fund. The balance, the table is hereby attached where they stated balance as at 1st July 2023 at 138,847,606, whereby surplus for the year was 19,215,403, Year adjustment was 27,817,913. The balance as at June 2024 was 1,130,245,096. Financial year 2024-25 opening balance as at July 2024 was 1,130,245,096, giving us the same balance of 130,245,096. The committee's observation, which noted management's explanation that the accumulated surplus represents surpluses accumulated over the fund's 10 years of operation. The Speaker, accrual accounting compliance. In accounting compliance, the committee found out that the committee observed that the fund's expenditure closely mirrored its cash flow, raising concerns as to whether the requirements of the international public sector accounting standards accrual basis of accounting had been fully applied in the preparation of the financial statement. The committee requirement and the management response was as follows. They provided evidence of compliance with IPSA's accrual accounting, specifically regarding recognition of payables and recognition of receivables. That means, Speaker, the management responded as follows. They confirmed that all receivables and payables were recognized at the end of the financial year and appropriately disclosed in the statement of financial position. Number two, the explanation why expenditure appears to align closely with cash movement. The response was, the management explained that no exchequer releases were received during the financial year 2024-2025. Instead, the opening receivable balance of Kenya shillings 133,250,000 was utilized to settle opening obligations, resulting in expenditure closely aligning with cash movement. Number three, submit journal entries on adjustments made to convert cash-based records to accrual-based financial statements. This, the management responded as follows. They provided the journal entry supporting expenditure recognition, which related to bursary payments, scholarship payments, and expenditure on the use of goods and services incurred during the financial year under review. As to clarification whether prepayments, accrued expense, and deferred incomes were considered and properly accounted for, the management responded by explaining that prepayments do not ordinarily arise with the fund's operations because bursary and scholarship payments are made only to approved beneficiaries based on current fee structures, while payments for goods and services are made upon receipt of the respective goods and services. The management further confirmed that accrued expenses were recognized at year-end and that the fund does not generate deferred income. Number five, Madam Speaker, which confirmed whether the fund is operating on a full accrual basis or a modified cash basis and justify the approach. The management confirmed that the fund prepares its financial statement on a full accrual basis in accordance with the applicable IPSAS framework. The committee therefore observed and noted that management's confirmation that the fund operates on a full accrual basis of accounting and that receivables, payables, and accrued expenses were recognized and disclosed in the financial statements. The committee further noted management's explanation that the close alignment between expenditure and cash movements resulted from the utilization of opening receivable balances to settle outstanding obligations in the absence of exchequer releases during the year under review. Madam Speaker, the committee recommended 1, that the fund should continue preparing its financial statement in full compliance with IPSA's accrual basis of accounting requirements. Recommendation 2, that future financial statements should be accompanied by comprehensive supporting schedules for receivables, payables, and accrual adjustments to enhance transparency and strengthen financial reporting. Recommendation 3, the management should maintain adequate documentation, including journal entries and supporting working papers for all significant year-end adjustments to provide a clear audit trail and support oversight processes. Final recommendation, that's number 4, management should continue to ensure that all receivable and payables are recognized and disclosed in accordance with applicable accounting standards. Madam Speaker, is budget performance and utilization. The finding, therefore, is as follows. The committee noted the following. 1, scholarship expenditure amounted to 7,365,628, reflecting a low absorption rate. 2, bursary transfers amounting to 120,201,188 against an approved budget of 205 million. 3, approved finding amounting to 105 was not released to 105 million was not released to the fund. The committee sought clarification on the low level of scholarship expenditure, the non-disbursement of approved funds, and the status of the unutilized balances. The committee requirements and management response. They explained how low absorption rate of 18% under scholarships, which including causes of underutilization and impact on intended beneficiaries. The management response. The management explained that the amount of 133,250,000 represented an opening receivable balance that was utilized to settle obligations carried forward from 2023-2024 financial year. Scholarship payment amounting to 7,365,628 related to outstanding balances carried forward due to delayed submissions of compliance required by beneficiaries. The management further informed the committee that the majority of the scholarships obligations had been settled during 2023-2024 financial year, that the payments made during 2024-25 financial year represented balances carried forward from the previous financial year. They did provide justification for the non-release of one, which included whether the funds were budgeted but not questioned, whether the budgeted, so were budgeted but not requisitioned, and again whether the county treasury failed to disburse the funds. The management responded by explaining that the original approved budget of 205 million was reduced by 100 million through a supplementary budget, resulting in a final approved budget of 105 million. Management further stated that the final approved budget was not disbursed to the fund, which negatively affected its ability to deliver bursary and scholarship services to eligible beneficiaries. Number 3, it provided a detailed variance analysis between the approved budget, revised budget, and actual expenditure. The response was as follows. The management provided the following variances. The description of the amount, initial approved budget of financial year 2024-2025, which was 205 million. There was supplementary reduction in financial year 2025 of 100 million. Final approved budget financial year 2024-25 was 105 million. There was no disbursement as well as expenditure from the approved budget. The response from the management was management explained that that a portion of both scholarship and bursary payments relating to the 2023-2024 financial year budget was disbursed during 2024 and 2025 due to delayed release of funds. Scholarships were prioritized, and the majority of the scholarship payments were made by June 2024. The outstanding scholarship balance of 7,365,000 was subsequently paid during the 2024-2025 due to delayed fund disbursement. Mr. Speaker, the management further stated that the entire bursary allocation for financial year 2023-2024 was paid during 2024-2025 following the late release of funds, resulting in the payments spilling over into the subsequent financial year. They provide a list of beneficiaries for both bursaries and scholarships. Management responded as follows. They submitted the list of bursary and scholarship bursaries. Scholarship beneficiaries. This is in Annex Roman 5. The committee observed and noted that low scholarship expenditure and the apparent underutilization of the approved budget were primarily attributable to delayed fund disbursements and the settlement of obligation carried forward from the previous financial year. The committee further noted that the non-release of the final approved budget of 105 million adversely affected the fund's ability to implement its planned programs. Receivables and payables. The findings was as follows, that the committee noted that receivables amounting to 30,000 and payables amounting to 205,600 were reported in the financial statements without adequate disclosure of their nature, age, recoverability, or the parties involved. The committee sought clarification on the nature of the receivables and payables, their recovery and settlement status, and the measures in place to make the outstanding balances. The committee requirements and management response to provide an aging analysis of both receivables and payables. And the response from the management was provided an aging analysis to the committee, which indicated that the receivable balance remained outstanding as at the reporting date. So, disclose the nature of the receivables, the parties involved, recovery status. Madam Speaker, the management response was as follows. They explained that the receivable balance of 30,000 related to an outstanding impress issued to a member of staff for the purchase of office consumables. The impress had been issued to Mr. Boaz Oliech and was disclosed as an outstanding receivable in the financial statement as at the reporting date. Management further confirmed that the impress was subsequently surrendered and fully accounted for after the end of the reporting period. They provided breakdown of payables, which included suppliers, outstanding obligations. Again, the management responded by explaining that the balance of 203,600,000 had inadvertently been disclosed as a payable in the financial statement. Upon review, it was established that the amount did not meet the definition of a payable under the applicable accounting framework and was subsequently removed through the revised financial statement. To explain the measure in place for this, for them to explain the measure in place for recovery of receivables and settlement of payables. The management again responded by confirming that the outstanding impress, which constituted the receivable balance, had been fully surrendered and accounted for after the reporting date, which is in Annex 6. The management further stated that the erroneously reported payable required not settlement since it had been reclassified and removed from the revised financial statements. Asked to confirm whether any amounts are doubtful, written off, or provided for, the management responded by confirming that there were no doubtful debts, no balances were written off, no provisions for doubtful debts were made during the financial year under review. The committee's observation, the committee noted that the receivable balance arose from outstanding interest that was subsequently surrendered and accounted for after the reporting period. The committee further noted that the reported payable of 205,600,000 had been, 205,600 had been erroneously disclosed in the financial statement and was appropriately corrected in the revised financial statement. Consequently, the committee was satisfied that no doubtful debts and recoverable balances or outstanding liabilities remained as at the time of review. The committee's recommendation. The committee recommends that 1. Management should continue maintaining comprehensive and up-to-date aging schedule for all receivables and payables. 2. All interest should be surrendered within the prescribed timelines in accordance with the applicable Public Finance Management Regulation 2015, Section 93, paragraph 5 to 10, to minimize the accumulation of outstanding receivables. 3. Management should strengthen the financial statement review process before submission for audit to ensure the accuracy, completeness, and compliance of financial disclosure with the applicable accounting standards. Number 4, Madam Speaker, management should continue enhancing internal controls over the recording, monitoring, recovery, and reconciliation of receivables to ensure timely recovery of outstanding amounts and improve accountability in financial management. If we had cash position and fund management, here the committee found out that the committee noted that the fund reported a cash and cash equivalence balance of 310,257, which appeared disproportionately low compared to the accumulated surplus of 130,245,96 reported in the statement of financial position. The committee sought clarification on the relationship between the reported cash balance and the accumulated surplus reflected in the financial statement. The committee requirement and the management response to explain the relationship between cash balance and the accumulated surplus. Hence, getting the response from the management that explained that the cash balance of 310,257.
Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Sami. What is it?
There's no quorum. We are less. We are 10.
Honorable Sami. I can see hello, Whip. You want to confirm what Honorable Sami is saying?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have enough quorum.
Thank you, Honorable Whip. Honorable Lumumba, continue. Sorry, Honorable Lumumba. Before you proceed, Honorable Sami, the whip is just confirming that we have quorum. So why would you lie to the House that the House lack quorum?
Madam Speaker, I can do the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Order, Honorable. Honorable Sami, order.
Speaker, there's no quorum.
Honorable Sami, the Honorable Chief Whip has just confirmed that the House has the right quorum to transact, and you want to overrule your whip? Kindly apologize, Honorable Sami.
Yeah, you can give another somebody to confirm.
Honorable Sami,
because as far as I'm concerned, there's no
the
quorum.
statutes of the House bestows that responsibility on the whip, and she has confirmed there is whip. And Honorable Sami, you can see I'm blind, I can't see.
But I'm also a member and I know when there's no quorum and when there's no quorum. I'm a speaker, there's no quorum.
Honorable Whip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I confirm there is quorum.
Honorable Sami, please don't take the House to the dramas of the day. Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Lumumba, kindly continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would wish to ask my brother to be patient. I know he's getting, but you're just about to finish. It is not about the quorum. I know what happened last evening, and you feel a bit uncomfortable, but kindly bear with us. Madam Speaker, I was at the management response. Management response was mean that the required disclosure of notes formed part of the financial statement submitted for audit. Management further indicated that any omissions or inconsistencies identified during the audit process were addressed through the revised financial statement, thereby necessitating further response by the management that revised financial statement during the audit process to address the issues raised. The Auditor General subsequently issued an audit opinion based on the revised financial statement. Confirm whether the financial statement was subjected to internal audit review and external audit adjustment. Madam Speaker, in review of the amendment financial statement, the findings, the committee reviewed the amendment financial statement for 2024-2025 submitted the management in response to issues raised during the examination of the fund's annual report and financial statement. The committee observation, this is very key, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the committee made the following observations: that the amended statement of financial position of reflected cash and cash equivalents amounting to 310,257 and an account accumulated fund balance of 130,170,327. Bullet 2, the amended statement of financial position as presented did not demonstrate how the accumulated fund balance of 130,170,327 was supported by the corresponding assets and liabilities reported in the financial statement. Bullet 3, the committee observed that the statement of financial position did not balance based on the figures presented in the amended financial statement and therefore required further reconciliation and supporting disclosure to validate the reported. The committee further observed that the statement of changes in equity reflected a prior year adjustment amounting to 27,892,682. The committee noted that the amended financial statement did not contain adequate disclosures, notes explaining: 1, the nature of the prior year adjustment amounting to 27,892,682. 2, the transaction giving rise to the adjustment. 3, the accounting treatment applied. 4, the effect of the adjustment on previously reported balance. And finally, the basis upon which the adjustment was recognized in the statement of changes in equity. The committee further noted that supporting schedules explaining the movement resulting in the prior year adjustment were not provided for review. The committee observed that comprehensive explanatory notes and supporting schedules would enhance understanding of the balances reported in the amended financial statement and improve transparency and accountability in financial reporting. Recommendations. The committee recommended that 1, the management should provide a detailed reconciliation supporting the balances reported in the amended statement of financial position. And 2, the management should provide a comprehensive explanatory note and supporting schedules detailing the prior year adjustment amounting to 27,892,682. Madam Speaker, finally, we have the General Committee recommendation to the House, which is in page 28. Having examined the annual report and financial statement of the Kisumu County Education Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2025, together with the responses and supporting documentation submitted by management, the committee recommends that this House resolves as follows. 1, that the fund management implements all recommendations contained in this report and submit a status report to the Committee on Finance and ICT within 2 months from the date of adoption of this report by the Assembly. 2, that the fund management submits the financial statement to the annual audit unit review as part of a robust quality assurance process before submission for external audit and consideration by the Assembly. 3, that the county treasury ensures timely disbursement of the approved budget allocation to the fund to facilitate effective implementation of its programs and activities. And finally, Madam Speaker, that the fund management ensures the timely disbursement of bursaries and scholarships to eligible beneficiaries within the respective financial year for which the funds are budgeted, and avoid rolling over the undisbursed bursary and scholarship funds to the subsequent financial year as opening balance. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, I hereby urge honorable members to adopt this report with the recommendations contained herein. May I therefore call upon Madam Karen to second the proposal.
Honorable Chair, you're not audible.
I'm saying, but I therefore call upon I therefore call upon Honorable Adega to second. Thank you.
I heard you talking of madams, so I didn't see a madam here. But it's okay, Honorable Adega. Honorable Lumumba has called you to second the report.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I second the same.
Honorable members, a motion on the adoption of the report of the Finance and ICT Committee on their consideration of the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2025 has been moved and seconded. I therefore want to propose that the motion be open for discussion. Honorable Rakwach, I don't know whether you want to open the field, because instead of raising your hands, you are raising your voice. Honorable Rakwach, the floor is yours. Okay, honorable members, the floor is open. The motion is open for discussion. Honorable member representing Railways Ward, Honorable Sami.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, there's no quorum.
Honorable Sami, I think we dealt with the issue of the quorum, and I can confirm that the chief whip confirmed that we have a quorum. We have a quarter of. She's seated next to you. Honorable members, let us leave the Sami debates and continue with the debate. Yes, Honorable Caroline Opar.
Madam Speaker, I call upon the mover to reply.
Hi. Honorable members, is it the cold? Or Honorable Majority Leader, I think you're very audible, and the members are agreeing that your report is worth adopting. So reply.
Madam Speaker, allow me first of all to thank the members and all the committee members that gave this report that has met the expectation of our members. Hence, they have chosen to adopt it without debating further. That is to say, they are all in concurrence with the report of this able committee. I thank the committee very, very sincerely for doing this commendable job. Without much ado, Madam Speaker, I reply. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, the motion on the adoption of the report of the Finance and ICT Committee on their consideration of the Kisumu County Education Fund annual report and financial statements for the for the period ended 30th June 2025 has been moved, seconded, debated upon, and replied on. I therefore want to put a question of adoption that may, as many are of the opinion that the report be adopted, say aye. May, as many of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. And honorable members, the motion of adoption of the report of the Finance and ICT Committee on their consideration of the Kisumu County Education Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th June 2025 stands adopted today, 20th August, Thursday, 20th August at 15:30 hours. And I want to recommend that the report, together with the answered, be prepared and forwarded to the relevant mentioned offices for implementation. And honorable members, I want to ask you to pay attention to the General Committee recommendations to the House. And those recommendations are 5, and they state the relevant bodies to whom the report is supposed to be forwarded to. Number 1, they are recommending that the fund management submits a status report within 2 months of adoption, that is from today. So the chair implementation, I saw him somewhere, or any other member of the implementation committee, kindly ensure that you follow up that the report is implemented. Others include the internal auditor and others. So honorable members, I want to direct that the report be directed to the bodies that this report directs it to, and ensure that it is implemented. Otherwise, we thank you for staying put. Even if Honorable Sami is a little tired today, but I know I'll see him outside the house. So, honorable members, I want to thank you for adopting this report, which is very important to the House. Next order.
Madam Speaker and honorable members, the House has exhausted the businesses in the order paper.
Honorable members, Honorable Sami, we can now be upstanding. Order, Honorable Sami. Order, Honorable Sami, order. Honorable Sami. Order, Honorable Sami. Honorable members, there being no any other business, the House stands adjourned until Tuesday. Honorable members, the House stands adjourned until Tuesday, 25th, at August 25th, 2026 at 2:30 p.m.